Hi,
everyone.
who else is here? Tali and Gaia. Oh, and I don't know your name in Hebrew. I'm sorry.
Ten.
There's two of you with your names in Hebrew. And Ori and Tahel. Then I can see your name. You can't turn on the camera, or you just can't do it now. Like you're unable because of situations, Smadar. Well, either way, it's okay. So, hi, Michal. Oh, Maya, hello.
Believe it or not, I'm here.
Welcome. Okay. Amazing. Ooh. Welcome, everybody. Tap your teams. They should be here. They get to be here. Okay. Let's get the show on the road. How, Maya, you want to say hello? Entry?
Yes, my love. I'm so happy to be with all of you. I must admit that with everything that is happening, it seems like it's been so long. And I know that so many of you, so many of us here in this team are going through different types of roller coasters. And I mean, like, of course, also Lumivite by itself provided the biggest roller coaster for all of us to play. So at least we can have it on a positive way. So we're going to do another meeting of mentorship. I feel that this is the best, unless, Alexia, you want to say anything in general, or maybe I can give a little bit of like a tone before we start. I go? Okay. I suspected that meeting on the 12th would be a little too late to catch the wave and to put us in the wave. Because it feels that one of the things that Lumivite wanted to create as a corporate is to use the LIP as the platform to move to another scale. And for many of us, it worked. And for some, it was a little bit challenging because there's a lot of things to take into consideration as we're moving. And because the leap was a big leap for this specific team. I feel like it's really important that we take a moment to acknowledge that in this specific stream, in the leap, correct me if I'm wrong, Alexia, we were more than 20% of those who got the trilogy. And also, in this specific team, in this specific line that we are, we were 10% of the overall 144 trilogy pack. Now, that might not seem like big numbers, but when we are looking at when we're taking into consideration that this team is mainly a new team, and that most of the team are in places that the capsules or the vessels cannot ship directly, that is to open our mind and heart to understand the power that we hold. And the third thing is that maybe one person here have done multi-level magic before. If I'm correct, multi-level marketing. if I'm correct, everyone here is new to this business model. So I want us all to take a really deep breath and understand
Mhm.
that we are operating in a complete different way. There is a type of a frequency, there's a mindset, there's a heart frequency that moves us in ways that, thanks God, the mind do not understand, and hopefully will not be interested to understand. And if there is a word that I hear a lot in the Lumivite business, and I'm assuming that this is a type of a multi-level magic, MLM type of thing. I want you to know, to realize that duplication for us is expansion of magic and wonder. This is what it is. This is our real duplication. There's a certain mindset and a certain energetic presence that made all of that possible. I am also aware that, especially for the Israeli team, which is a big team, there was a little bit of a, what some might call an earthquake. And I feel that this is something to remind ourselves that there's no big leadership without hard conversations, without uncomfortable confrontations, without stretching beyond an already embodied identity. There's no real leadership without those things. There's no big breakthroughs. If you want to move into greater leadership, which means greater responsibility, which means greater connections and greater money, I would even say, and bigger team, take into consideration that that means internal and external confrontations. And I can say another thing. When you do your internal confrontation well, the external confrontations are a piece of cake. They don't bother you. So I know that it was uncomfortable for many, but I hope that you're able to take it and say to yourself, this is just a background noise, because I am committed to my path. And it doesn't really matter what I do. Whenever I will scale, there will be people around me that will have things to say about what I do. Last month, I came up with a class about, I named it Fortune. It was the first time in my life that I decided to speak about magic money and magic business. And I perceive myself as a spiritual teacher, so I was really avoiding that. Do you know how many people send me messages privately, and some not privately, that I am, how do they name it? Descending, and that I am former master for them, and other different types of names and so on. Well, I accept that there's a spiritual clock for each and every one, and they have their metabolism to digest the changes of this world. So that is another thing, as we're moving, as we're navigating. Okay. I feel that the most important thing for us to look at is where we put our center. What nourishes us, what becomes the truth for us. What is this experience? I keep on saying for everything in my life, for every client that I have, and for myself, Lumivite is not something that you do. Also, watering your plants or washing the dishes is not something that you do. It's your life. It's your life. It's what you get to experience. You have the choice if you want to live it or not, if you want to experience it or not, in every single moment. Whenever we're saying to ourselves that what we do is something external to who we are than what we are prone to frustration and to drama. The more ownership we take on our light and our creation and what we do, we're moving into direction of making what might seem for other people impossible. And for you, it's just setting new standards for the next level of success and joy that you can have in your life. So, was a lip, shadow and light, everything was playing. And then, for those of you who are new to Lumivite, then Lumivite has done what they always do for the last 2 years. They take the card, they shuffle the card, they put new cards that you didn't expect even that you're going to find inside of your deck. They change the scenario, everything, they change the location, and they give you quite intense next level of the game. And when you're standing in the first stage of the next level, you cannot think how you're going to do it. It seems impossible. It seems really impossible. How am I going to do it? What am I going to do with it? How could I have a feeling when I'm looking at the field that some of the people cannot even understand the numbers. Cannot even perceive what does it mean, this number. And it could be that for some of you, it would be good to understand the numbers. And for some of you, honestly, it's not interesting. If you decide to play full, you really decide to play full on, it doesn't really matter what the number is. What is important is that you're showing up, you're entering the ring. And you have a very, very clear connection to yourself. Because it is as simple as that. If you're in the room, you're in the room. If you're in the space, if you're in this conversation, you're in this conversation. The only one who will take you out of the conversation would be you. The only one that can put the question of, can I do it? Smadar, I hear you. The only one that will put the question in your head of, can I do it or I cannot do it, would be only you. No one in Lumivite doubts that you can do it. Everyone believes that you can do it. If not, they wouldn't put that. Everyone in corporate believes that we can do it. If not, they would not do it. But for us, because we never played this game and we don't know how to play, it seems like, well, how we're going to do it. It's like, we don't know. We don't know the game. We don't know the people. We're living in another country. There's no even shipment here. Like we cannot even we still didn't even taste it. And other people are already in Miami massaging themselves. I saw Alexia was putting the capsule in the bath. Said to her, damn on her, Alexia, how'd you do something?
Julie was doing that.
Julie, shame on Julie. How could she do something like that without us?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's just other streams of operation. We are
Mm.
all in the same world, in the same planet, and we're just playing different game. So if there is an overwhelm from the experience, I really would love to go through it and massage it and liberate it from your body, because this freezing experience from whatever it is, an expression of fear, is in the presence of, don't tell me that. Smadar just said that she got her first capsule today. Smadar Dvora, I don't know how she got it.
Yeah, magic. I can talk a little bit, but it was magic.
Oh, I want to
To
hear that.
Israel, yeah. Yeah. I
Amazing.
actually managed the $144. I managed to get that. And yeah. And then I managed to to find this system that have their own address in the US, and they send it to me to Israel.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Amazing. So I want to massage that. I want to massage any feeling of overwhelm, any feeling of distance that you have between whatever you want and whomever you experience yourself to be. And I want to share a little story about the day where the capsules were released. So we have a little group with Alexia and Corina and Taren, and we were all waiting for the moment where they're gonna say, okay, now you can buy. And I'm sad to say, but of course the system couldn't handle the load. And we might, it could be also practically because there were a lot of people trying to buy. We knew that there were 1,000 people trying to buy at that moment. 1,000 people at 3:00 Portugal time. And I want to share with you my own experience, because I feel, and I would like to invite you to listen to this experience as you are going through the experience. It might gift you something. And this is why I'm sharing it. The energy was very, very high, but it was very, very mental at the same time. So there were I felt a lot of energy in my head. And there was a lot of chat, and a lot of noise. And once I've realized that I don't want to participate in it. I don't want to participate in this energetic noise, energetic hassle that is not doing any good for my energy. It doesn't do any good for my system. And in God's grace, it happened, although it was weekend, that I was here with myself. Somehow, in a magical way, I could do it just by myself. And it took some time, and we kept on hearing, okay, everyone will go out, try again, try to enter, only you enter, only those enter, goes in, go out, and so on. And at a certain moment, in a certain time, I felt finally the energy dropping to the chest area, dropping to the heart. I want you to breathe with me as you're listening to it. And when the energy dropped to the heart, I remember I sent a message in the group and I said, the energy dropped, finally it is in the heart, and it will take, we're not so far from the portal to be open. And once the energy dropped into the heart, I could really feel this metaphor, but not metaphor, of giving birth. I don't believe when I gave birth to my child, I said to my husband, it's giving birth to consciousness. I'm not giving birth to a child. I'm giving birth to a consciousness. And I could feel how the energy going down, and I could feel that I'm a carrier of a certain consciousness. And I knew that I'm not the only one who's carrying that consciousness. Everyone who were in that festive experience were carrying that consciousness. Whether you've been there active, more active or less active, if you're hearing this call and you're hearing it, it means that it's relevant, even if you're hearing it in a replay. And the energy kept on going to lower chakras and lower chakras until it crossed my second chakra. And I knew, and at that moment, well, from the heart below, I just decided I'm not going to speak with no one because I felt like it's less holy experience for me. So I just stopped writing and I stopped participating, and I was just in it. And when it went to second chakra, I was just like completely focused, one with everything. First chakra, and I just heard it's going to come now. You will be able to buy it now. And I just entered. And once I entered, I cannot even believe that this is the story that I have to tell, but this is the story. I started writing all the details, and some things functioned, some things didn't function. I need to reorganize them and reset them, but I was completely guided what I need to write, what I need to click, what I don't need to click. Everything was so synchronized. And while my hands are operating here, in my heart eyes, I could literally see a galaxy. I could literally see, hear, feel, and sense like there is a burst, a volcano of stars. And I was like, anyone here have ever done past life regression? No? Some. When you do past life regression, everything makes sense. And while you're doing it, you cannot understand how everything makes sense. I could feel a volcano opening up above my head and a burst of stars. I did, yeah. Well, for sure, many times to hell, and a burst of stars just flushing me completely. And all I had to do was to hold that energy as aligned and as straight that I could. I had a class starting, I think it was supposed to start around 6 o'clock. I don't remember, 6 or 5 or something like that. And I was like, okay, I'm going through that. I'm just going to allow it to happen. And as I'm speaking with you, I can feel all the feelings that happen in my body. The relaxation that I had to move my body to, the relaxation that I had to move my breath to and my consciousness to. And then I operated everything, done. And then I bought another one because why not? So I bought another one because why not? And I had like, I think maybe 14 more minutes until my class started. And I remember saying, okay, who's next? And then I saw Alexia in my head, and I called Alexia with that same energy without breaking the energy. And I felt her that she was still activated somewhere. And she was laughing, and I told her in a Homaya voice, don't laugh, be serious with me. It's not a joke now. And I just guided her with the same energy, moving her through that same energy. So I'm telling you this story so you can feel it. So you can feel the metaphysical experience of it, because in us, for our team, this metaphysical experience is the fuel that gets us going. The money is a byproduct of our spiritual elevation. Of course, some of us needs to shift some things and open some things inside of their system to feel comfortable that the money will reflect their ascension state. This is another work that we can do. And I think that there is a call on the, one of the calls that I'm supposed to do is about wealth, God as wealth, or something like that. But I feel that it was important for me to share it with you so you get the metaphysical experience, and I'm sure you had your own. And you give it respect and you give it the credit and you anchor in it because it can fuel you and it can create miracles for you. The 33 days portal opened yesterday. It was a super beautiful portal day and a super beautiful call that happened yesterday. There's still a possibility, and I would say, go for it. The difference between a leader and a follower is that the leader is giving his own self. Each leader is giving himself the milestones to pass. Not an external milestone, but an internal milestone. So you can say to yourself, I can use this momentum, I can use this energy that I feel inside of me to call few more people in, because sometimes I can tell you, as someone who's, I need to keep on speaking about my classes and my offers, speaking about something before it happened and after it happened, have different frequency and call different people. So you called some people before it happened. And there are some people who will be activated after it happened, because there's something in your voice and something in the way that you experience, and use this momentum to call more people in. I feel that the most important stage for us to do now is to call more people in. And the most important thing is to be wise energetically. You don't want to call, I mean, like, of course you want to open the gate as much as you want, but the people you want to call in and you want to tune in are the ones that are a match for walking. Call those who are thirsty. And it doesn't matter if that person have big influence or less influence. The most important is that the person is thirsty. If the person is thirsty for truth, if the person is thirsty for evolution, if the person is thirsty for impact, if the person is thirsty for wealth or for health, this is the person. Those are the people you want to call in. There are so many people who are so busy in not believing. Let them move in their own rhythm. There are so many people who cannot have an idea, how could it be that I can create 1 million in half a year, or 500,000 in half a year, that it is unperceivable, that their mind will just gonna go into what is impossible. Respect them and respect your energy more. I saw a reel of someone saying, there is no reason to seek for happiness in a place where you lost it. So I say also, don't seek for your next client in the place where the person doesn't want to play. They don't want to play, they don't want to play. Thank you. Is there anyone who wants to bring a question, a feeling, a sensation, a guidance, whatever that me or Alexia can support you with? And thank you for listening.
So, Homaya, you are
Just a minute, Nicola, this question, can you bring it into the Telegram? Okay. Who's speaking, Gaia?
me,
No,
Chen.
Chen. Okay, because I
Yes.
saw Gaia is unmuted as well.
Ah,
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Chen.
so you're talking about really putting a direct intention and not just, with the battles, I felt like I didn't really have intention for a certain person, or it's just happened with, a friend and someone that heard about it from me. And, I didn't think about it.
Strategically.
Yes. So now it's more with this intention of discontinuation of, but you can never really, really know. So
Exactly. It's a yes and a no. It's a yes and a no. You cannot know how people are going to be activated, and you cannot know who's going to be activated. So if you feel that you have a direct guidance inside of you and you feel that you are being pointed, speak to that person, reach that person, connect with that person, then trust that and follow that. Because we cannot know if it is for that person, which is great, or maybe it is for you. Maybe I need to speak with that person and that person and that person, that I will have enough vocabulary, that I will have enough confidence and enough experience. So when I'm going to speak with that person, I will already be a match in terms of the energy and what I'm transmitting through me.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's an intention and it is strategic, but it's also a heart strategy. It's
Mhm.
not a mental strategy. You're doing it because you're moving towards a direction where you want to experience yourself in a greater scale. You want to experience yourself with a greater impact. You want to experience yourself with more connection and the joy and even the stretch that can come with it. Yeah. It's not an external strategy, it's an internal strategy. Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Hey, Lara.
Yeah, I can share. I'm kind of feeling resistance to share, but that's what I want to share. So I feel I'm just watching the ocean in front of me, and I just feel so much, and I just feel that I hold a lot more that I allow to give and to receive. And I feel resistance towards it, and I don't know what is it. Like simple thing, delivering the tablets, to Portugal. I have people all over the world, so it shouldn't be difficult to have it delivered. I just literally act lazy, like I don't prioritize it. And I know it's a pattern, so I'm also like voicing it because the resistance is real, but the calling is also real. Like I'm just hilariously like everything is happening in my magnetic field without even not wanting it to happen. Things happen. So I'm like, okay, so let me watch into this. So yeah, just want to voice it because I don't believe it's only mine. So I feel it's, yeah.
Wow, this is so powerful. There's an example that I keep on tapping to it when we speak about this resistance, this level of resistance as you're speaking. Because what I feel is it's the resistance, almost we can say resistance to evolution. And whenever I hear this frequency, and I also have that from time to time, to hear this resistance to evolution, I look at the cats and the birds, how they hate each other. Well, actually, it's the cats that hates the birds. And in mystical DNA, in the evolution of it, the cats are coming from the birds. Can you feel that? can you, I mean, like, it's not for nothing that a cat is falling from 7th floor and he can still operate.
Oh, wow.
And look at the cat behind Ori coming to hear what I'm speaking of. I have a feeling that all the cats gonna start moving in the room because they get the frequency. So I feel that there is something that we really get to honor and acknowledge, that we resist growth and that this is part of the game. The beautiful thing is that we never resist what we don't know. Because if we didn't know it, we wouldn't resist it. So we know what we resist. You know what you resist. And you actually most likely know also what you protect. Because the resistance, the control is the protection. Then the question would be an honest question: what am I protecting? And there's so many answers that can come. Some of the protections that we can feel could be, I'm protecting my silence, my intimacy with myself. I'm protecting these sacred moments of looking at the ocean at the middle of the day, which I'm not sure that those moments will succeed to survive in my head if I evolve. But I feel that when we have those moments, 2 or 3 years ago, I think, I don't remember exactly when, but 2 or 3 years ago, I went into a sweat lodge to do a new contract with God. And I said, I hear the calling. I'm super devoted. But I know that I'm afraid, specifically me, to lose my family, my man and my child that are so important for me. See, I can even go to tears just even thinking about it. So I've done a ceremony with myself and I signed a new contract with God. And I said, God, gonna show up like crazy. I was showing up like crazy until now, but honestly, I'm gonna put all my energy. But this is the contract. My family stays safe. My love life is intact. This is the contract. I'm giving everything. I'm gonna give my tongue, I'm gonna give my heart, I'm gonna give it all. But that I'm not giving. Are we okay with that? This is it. It was one side contract, if we can say. A declaration in the presence of God within me. If your inner peace is important for you, and a space for love is important for you, so you declare that those are the rules of your game. And you declare that like the queen of the house, because this is who you are.
Yeah, I deeply feel this. Thank you. That's very important. Yeah. A ceremony calling.
Yes. Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Can
Smadar?
I sentence just to continue what you were saying, which is so beautiful, and I feel that as we are moving as a collective and we are actually creating new standards of health and wealth and leadership, I feel that this is also one of the first messages that I received with the energy of the LVQ, is that we get to play this in our wholeness, as our wholeness. And I have shivers that it's a new vibration that wants to come to the world, to have it all without cutting these parts that we learned we have to sacrifice.
Yeah. So powerful. There was a conversation with one of my clients not so long ago, and she also spoke about sacrificing. And I said to her, it's only if you perceive yourself as limited, then you will believe that you need to sacrifice. Only if you perceive yourself as limited. But if you are willing to perceive yourself as whole, as Smadar was saying, then why would it be a sacrifice? I want to share with you a sentence that I feel for myself, and I wonder if you feel that. Okay, oh, it was nice seeing you and feeling you. There's a sentence that I'm saying to myself, and I really feel I really feel that. I wonder if you can feel it with me. For me, being healthy, wealthy, in love, and in joy makes sense. Just makes sense. It makes sense that it is all of it together. Being healthy, it makes a lot of sense. This is how it should be. This is how it should be. I am designed to be healthy, wealthy, in love, and in joy. This is how it should be. This is the design. This is the truth. This is the signature. And we're all moving towards that. Yes. Exactly. I don't know if it is Smadar or Michael raising their hand.
Hey, so yeah, I felt like similar resistance to kind of like something just avoiding specifically with the LVQ even. Well, the first part they're not here, but and when I asked this question about similar to like what is it, and I felt like I'm protecting my time, and I'm kind of exploring this like aspect of time. And today we started the day by going to the beach, it's the first thing, and then sitting in a cafe afterwards, and we came home, and it was very like nourishing, and I felt like it makes more sense to start the day like this, It's like it felt like more what you're saying. It's like it would be more productive because I'm creating an energy from this completely relaxed place that will flow into what I'm going to do next, instead of like doing my practice and then immediately sitting and starting to kind of go to work, like classical way. I felt like it doesn't work for me, It doesn't create like it will create a resistance at some point. So I still feel I have like some belief systems about like maybe it's like polarity, and I feel like it's also can be related. I still didn't try the LVQ, but many people were saying a lot of things about the nervous system. And I feel like this kind of balance of the nervous system I'm kind of hoping to explore more is like where there's no extremes, like either completely relaxed and like, even a bit lethargic, or like being fully busy, and kind of finding this place where it's like there's no extremes, or there's no need to go to extremes. There's like a different kind of relaxed way of moving and acting. So I don't know if it's a question, but I feel like this was what kind of was being shown this morning, from yesterday, and I felt it was related to the portal opening.
And
From my
the bottle
And I saw the bottle.
after that.
nice. I feel that from my personal inner experience, the biggest and strongest and most intense work is to behave according to what I am creating. This is the biggest, I would even say that for me, it's the hardest, and this is the biggest. Maybe because it is the hardest, but maybe it's also for you. I don't know. I feel that really strongly. If there's a tendency to do a certain thing in the morning, in the evening, in the afternoon, to eat in a certain way, to drink in a certain way, to have a conversation in a certain way, to manage the business in a certain way, but I'm creating something else, then I'm supposed to start with behaving it differently. Now, what is happening to most of the people, and again, it's from my inner experience, but also from leading so many people and working with clients and so on, is that if we behave in a certain way, we're losing, we cannot hold what the vision that we have of what we're creating. It's like, it's almost like, but I know how to create it like that. So if I'm not creating it like that, I'm doing something else, then I'm not creating. And the biggest shift, the biggest work is I am creating it like that. And that is what the nervous system needs to learn. I mean, like, I'm so happy that the LVQ are coming and offering different things for us. But the reason that the LVQs are coming into our life is because we all already have started to make this shift. If not, we wouldn't manifest them. Like, let's be serious around it. We're not drinking something that comes to save us. We're drinking something that comes to support us because we're already starting walking in that path. If not, we would not be magnetized to it. We invented that in our consciousness, in our collective consciousness. We co-created that in a collective consciousness. So that actually supports us to rest within knowing that we already have, we're already doing the movement of doing it differently, and we're able to integrate more support. I'm just feeling that I'm going to go back to something that I said. In that context, it might sound different and maybe even better.
As you speak, I'm starting to kind of feel in that the resistance is also my current identity is resisting to the new identity that is starting to kind of descend. And
Yeah, or ascend.
It needs to
it's
be embodied.
yeah, it's like this scaling that happens. I don't know how to look outside, but there's definitely scaling happening inside. And yeah, there's like some level of the old identity doesn't want to disappear completely. So it's like
Yeah. Okay, but let me try to give it to you. Bear with me for a moment, okay? This is my life. Everything is happening in my life. This conversation is happening in my life. The Lumivita stretch is happening in my life. It is happening in me. The capsules are happening in me. The millions are happening in me. The community is happening in me. My nervous system is relaxing in me. To the extent of when my nervous system will be relaxed, the capsules will appear. And please breathe.
Thank you.
You got it?
Yeah. You know, I was thinking also maybe at a later point, maybe you can offer us maybe some questions that opens like the why, and it kind of can be like in a way of kind of a reminder of this, the place who brings like this kind of pure level of motivation and movement, and maybe we can share it also in the group or something. Just an idea.
Trying to feel this idea and get it deeply within me. There's one sentence that shows up for me very strongly, and I'm finding myself saying it again and again and again and again in the last 2 weeks. And for some people, it's hard to digest. Some people, it's too big. And the sentence goes as simple as, I am the allies of God. I'm not only the chosen one. I'm the ally. And I'm not saying it in order for us to perceive ourselves. Like I feel that I can say that in this group because this group is having a certain frequency that we can take it. But can you feel how big this sentence is? I don't feel that I can say it in any group. I don't feel that I can say it in every space. Because so many people cannot understand what it means God, and cannot understand what it means I am, and cannot understand what it means ally. So putting all of those three words together in one sentence, many people cannot digest it. But I am 100% sure that I wasn't receiving that sentence through my mind. My mind wouldn't be able to think about this sentence even. So personally, I'm not searching for passion and motivation. It will be hard for me to give sentences or, questions to move passion and motivation. It's more like, this is the truth, and by that truth I live. And therefore, nothing else matters. Point at the end of the question, point at the end of the sentence. I don't have a question mark here. If I'm here, I'm here. Point. If this is the experience, this is the experience. There is no, like, some experience are not that amazing, and actually we can make from any experience something amazing and something horrible. But the thing is that there are some experiences that challenge us more and some experiences that challenge us less. And whether it is like that or like that, I'm still in it because this is the way that God experienced itself through me. And if that is the context, that is the context. I'm going to show up for it. This sentence stayed with me as well. The hell, where you've heard it? Where did I say it? Because I think that I said it in Fortune, but I'm not sure that, I don't remember where I said it elsewhere. Tal, you want to ask? That would be the last question, right? For today, Alexia. Last sharing, and we close with that. Okay. Alexia, I didn't give you, you wanted to say so? I was like on my track today. Okay. Oh, in a live on Instagram. Okay. Thank you.
So it will be short. And I want to say thank you that you pointed it very, very clear about the truth. And I want to ask, in relate to that, I feel that my experience with the cell battle, this liquid of light, is I'm asking, I experienced it in many ways, in many layers. And the experience for me, it's remarkable, I think. And that's what I wish to bring, but somehow I believe it should be personal, because there's no one language that will take it to all. If I want to bring the experience. So I'm asking how to bring this experience, deep experience, like I started to see much more clearer, or feel or connected to my guidance, and can really communicate much better with angels and work on that level. So how to deliver that experience, which I think is really unique.
Before I'm answering this question, I want to answer a question that you don't ask, but I feel in the space.
Okay.
I feel that you can liberate yourself from giving yourself grades about how you're doing. I'm doing it, I'm not doing it, I'm selling, I'm not selling, it's working for me, it's not working for me, like all of that. Don't go there. Yes, release the judgment or the expectation. Just don't go there. If you would be in your individual experience, then you will find ways to connect with people in the individual experience. But if inside of you, you believe that you're supposed to be answering a certain success catalog, then of course the question will be, how am I giving a specific unique transmission to every person that I'm speaking with? You need to liberate yourself first for having this freedom. Having this freedom that it is flowing for me. And this is how it flows now. When you allow yourself more to be in that flow, then I feel that it will be more comfortable when you meet a person to speak. And after a certain time, when you speak with one person, another person, you might feel that you can speak to more.
Thank you.
You got it?
But yeah, and I just want to know that, to ask if you mean that I can take it, בקצב של מה שזה.
In my own pace.
In the rhythm that it comes, to let it enter my system and first give it to myself. And
as long as you stay connected with it, it's alive. It will work through you.
Yeah.
As long as you stay connected with it. There's something that is really, it's funny and it's not funny. Some people find it hard to sell it. For some people, it feels so challenging. And I don't know, I haven't seen all the people. But one of the things that I'm seeing in common for the people who have issues to sell it is that they sell they sell the envelope of it. They try to sell the vessel and to explain about how it works and so on. Ciao. Yeah, we're going to come to completion in a second.
Thank
So-
you.
You're welcome. This is one of the things that I can guide you to look at. If you're trying to sell it and try to put it here, it could be that for some people in some frequency it work, but I have a feeling that if you connect to the essence of it and you don't try to make sense from what it is, you will have more freedom inside of you to express it and to play with it and to converse around it. The first thing that you're selling here is hydrogen. You need to be in peace that you're selling air that evaporates. And then you need to get really activated by that. You got it? Okay. And again, the word selling is, again, it's almost like saying God now. You use the word sell, we need to explain so many things when we say sell. But you invite people to join a ride into a new experience, into parallel universe. You have a key to move to parallel universe. We're good? Okay. So again, the 33 days started yesterday. Seems like it's a beautiful wave. You're so welcome. It feels like it's a beautiful wave. Honestly, don't try to get it logically. And you're so welcome. Put the logic outside of the room. We're good? See you in paradise. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.